Nama jezikom Daudi Zanani Resha Diavella Siginim Be'ele En Radafuli Ildefonukom Altik Halon Menachma Die Hoda Kasta Die La Altik Halon Menachma Die Hoda Kasta Yalla.
We once had a teacher, the teacher of teachers. He changed the world.
The Bible be totally silent on the founder of the second largest religion on the planet.
Islam is a phenomenon that has no parallel in world history. From the barren sands of the most backward people on the planet, it quickly spawned a civilization that spanned from India to Spain and led the world intellectually for centuries. Considering that the Bible has foretold the rise and fall of so many different empires, how could it possibly fail to mention Islam? Well, it hasn't. One of the most important books of the Bible is the book of Isaiah. Of the greatest warner prophets sent to the children of Israel, and at a time of their great spiritual backwardness, Isaiah warned that the covenant of God had been violated and was coming to an end. And with the end of God's special favor, they were also told of a great one to come who would replace the old covenant with a new law for the non-Jews. Behold my servant, whom I uphold, mine elect, in whom my soul delights. I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles.
Many Christians may know this verse as they believe it pertains to Jesus, but if the rest of the passage is read, it becomes very clear that this in no way can be about the coming of Jesus. Several of the verses describe someone much different than Jesus.
The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. As the verse speaks of one who is mighty and a man of war, roaring like a lion, this does not match Jesus. Unlike the other prophets of God who did fight wars, Jesus did not. As Christians are quick to point out, Jesus always turned the other cheek. Further, it speaks of someone who will be successful against his enemies. But Jesus was never in a position of might, and certainly never prevailed against his enemies. While this doesn't fit Jesus, it does perfectly fit the life of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, who was commissioned by God to defend religious freedom and as a result had to engage in warfare. God gives many other clues in the same chapter as to the identity of this coming figure. For example, this figure is associated with shaming those who trust in graven images and magnifying the law and making it honorable. Muhammad is associated with both of these missions, while Jesus is not. Idol worship was not common among the Jews that Jesus preached to, and Christians, under the tutelage of Paul, deem the law dead and even call it a curse, a far cry from making it honorable. This chapter also notes what land will be graced with this figure's appearance. Let the wilderness and the cities thereof lift up their voice, the villages that Kedar doth inhabit. Kedar is one of the 12 princely sons of Ishmael, which are the Arab tribes to the south of the Holy Land.
There are several more prophecies just in this 42nd chapter of Isaiah, but just consider these four very distinct features of this foretold figure.
A mighty man of war who will prevail against his enemies. A man who will fight against and abolish idolatry. A man who will magnify and make honorable divine law. A man from among the Arab Ishmaelites. To try and make this passage somehow fit with Jesus and deny the fact that this prophecy distinctly matches with the Holy Prophet Muhammad is intellectually dishonest and shows the level of ignorance and even delusion which most people have about their own book and their own religion. This is just one passage which clearly foretells the perfect master prophet Muhammad that was sent for humankind's final spiritual evolution and peace on earth. What else are you missing that's in the Bible?
And I have this understanding because I'm a Muslim who has accepted the Messiah.
Translation of Song of Songs 5:16. It finishes the description by saying, "He is altogether lovely," but what most people don't know is that the name of that man was given in the original Megillat. Here is verse 16, and how it is written in ancient Hebrew, before introducing the vowels, in the 8th century. From the Hebrew Bible, on scripturetext.com. Here is the word in question. This word is made of 4 letters.
Mem, Het, Mem, Dalet.
Now when reading the word as it is written in its original form, with no vowels, it can be read as Muhammad, which is the name of the Muslim prophet, or as Mamad with no A after the H. According to Ben Yehuda's Hebrew English Dictionary, it is correctly pronounced as Muhammad, not Mamad. So how we're going to know for sure if it's pronounced as Muhammad, the Muslim prophet, or as Mamad, a random Hebrew word? The only way is to give the verse to a rabbi and say to him, "Please read." Here is the Song of Songs 5:16, and here is the famous SDL translation tool, which includes a professional human translation.
חיקו ממתקים וכולו מחמדים, זה דודי וזרעי בנות ירושלים. חיכו ממתקים וכולו מחמדים, זה דודי וזה רעי בנות ירושלים. זה דודי וזה רעי בנות ירושלים, חיכו ממתקים וכולו מחמדים, זה דודי וזה רעי בנות ירושלים.
Here is the famous SDL translation tool, which includes a professional human translation as well as an online translation. We're going to copy our Hebrew word of the Song of Songs directly from the Jewish site. It's the same site where you can hear the rabbi reading the verse in Hebrew. All links are in the description, so we're going to copy the word and paste it and ask, please translate. Are they going to translate the meaning of the name of that person? As the Bible translators did. Which is the praised and the lovely one, or are they going to keep the name as it is? Well, see it yourself. Here is the World Lingo Translator. The result is the same. It's Muhammad.
Wake up, Israelites. We have to stop thinking with a racist mind. We knew we were chosen. God himself chosen the Israelites, the son of Isaac, the son of Abraham. He gave us a covenant with him. We blew it. We were supposed to be the vehicle to bring the whole world to submission to one God, but we fucking blew it. Now, he put us up under a heavy curse, and yet we want to get mad because the Most High gave another tribe a covenant to bring the world to submission to one God when we couldn't do it. You think up under this curse, how are the nations going to get taught? He tried to use us, but we was disobedient. A lot of the Israelites who are practicing Islam understood that we love our father Abraham, Isaac, every last one of the prophets. Yes, it hurted for the covenant to be switched, and we had to be up under this punishment, but we had to accept it because the Almighty said so. It was a test. But we're arrogant. We call everybody out their name. Oh, he's an Edomite. He's a Cushite. He's a whatever. You know what I'm saying? So what? Everybody has the right to worship God. Everybody. And we were supposed to be the vehicle. Like when we go back to Israel, when he redeemed us, what God says, he's going to make a new covenant with us. Because the old one was no good. He's going to inscribe the word in our hearts, in which the Israelites who practice Islam can rememberize the Quran from back to forth. He put it in our hearts. The worship of one God. Our God cannot be seen. He can't be touched. It's not no rock. The same God of Abraham. No one stole nothing from our prophet Isaac. No one. All we did is inherit it. God loved the children of Israel, and he will bring them back. But you're not teaching the right